Hi, Prachi. Thank you so much for joining the personal branding series that I run on my blog. So delighted to have you on the show because I've
Thank you.
read so much about your work and also saw that video, video message that you put out about your app. So it'll be great. I mean, this particular series which I run is really to get people from different walks of life to talk about how they think about personal branding. I know it's a topic which not many people like to speak about, but I know that even though you're very young, you've already building a brand for yourself. So before we get started, it'd be great if you could quickly introduce yourself for our viewers.
Right. So, in all the questions you're going to ask me today, I think perhaps this will be the most difficult one to introduce myself briefly. When I was in college, and watched a small TED talk in which they said that the aim of it was a lady, and she said the aim of her life is to make this. Whenever someone asks this question, it should be a conversation. It should not be a 2-minute answer, and that's what I like the most. And I thought, oh, this is what I want as well. I think there's a longer version, but to say briefly, I'm a media professional, and I have always been very passionate about making impact. And as a media professional, one of the first conversations I had with my mother was that your currency is your voice and the number of people who can hear your voice. And I think that has a lot to do with personal branding as well. Personal branding is having an authentic voice and making an effort to reach as many people as possible with that voice. I think to sum myself up, I'm just a media professional who's trying to make an impact.
Fantastic. And I think you kind of touched upon the first question I was going to ask you. How do you kind of describe or what's your understanding of personal branding? So you mentioned about the voice as the currency, which is a great way of putting it. So, how do you consider yourself as a personal brand, or what is it? How do you think about it? Because one of the questions I ask people is, how do you know that you're making progress on the brand that you're building?
Right. I think everybody is a personal brand, and what the reach of that brand and the impact of that brand is on how well you develop it, and how how well established that brand is a question for the audience to answer. But I think you are going in the right direction when people around you know who you are at the core from the content you put out as a personal brand. As the so my friends who know me and people who know me just as a brand, they would say the same things about me, and that I would define as a success in personal brand, because if I've been able to put out the real me, I think that's working. And eventually I would like more and more people to be able to sort of communicate and connect with me.
Fantastic. So yeah, I think what's most interesting is that at a young age you already have a clear purpose on what you want to do, and that's something which is very different from people who probably struggle throughout their life and not really know what they want to do and what their purpose in life is. So from that perspective, what are some of the how do people perceive you as a brand, and what are some of the keywords, attributes that come to their mind when your friends talk about you or the community talks about you?
Right. So I think the purpose you speak of, I've noticed when I look back, and I'm sure it will continue to happen over the years also. The purpose keeps getting clearer and clearer and clearer. So my
Mhm.
purpose, maybe yesterday, today is more clear. I have more clarity than yesterday, and maybe 2 years back, I have more clarity today. So when I was in college, a friend described me saying that she's a very passionate person without a passion. And over the years, I've tried to streamline those passions or several passions. So the words that people say a lot, I hear a lot, is passionate, enthusiastic, genuine. I think that's what I strive towards the most, being real and genuine. And Cool the Globe, the movement we're building, the core of that movement is action oriented.
Right.
I think this is what I would like to define my brand as.
Fantastic, fantastic. This is great. And I like the way you mentioned that, the fact that trying to kind of converge the passion that you have and try to create meaning. But when you look around you, if you could think of some couple of names that come to your mind on, who you think as personal brands, and what are some of those attributes you admire about them?
Right. So I think obviously there are people who are personalities, known personalities, but personal brands for me are people who have impacted me the most. First being my mother. She's a personal brand, I would say, because even if she doesn't have a presence as a personal brand, um, people around me know her for those specific qualities. Like, she's known for that. People would go to her for, say, mentorship. People
Right.
would go to her for career guidance, and then that becomes your personal brand in your community.
Right.
Then there's my father, who would people would go to him for like authentic, all specified, like, if there's any work he would do, he'll do it perfectly and he'll do it smartly, and that is his personal brand. My sister, who's very dedicated, whatever she does, she'll come first, and that is her personal brand. Now, these are the three people who've impacted me the most, and
Right.
their personal brands have sort of amalgamated in shaping who I am. The first person who was a sort of a public personality and impacted me was a person called Naneshwar Bodke. And he's the founder of a farmer group called Abhinav Farmers Club. And they have
Right.
around 1.5 lakh farmers around India, and a revenue of 400 crores. And over the years, he has built an amazing brand, as in he's become a voice for a farmer. He's created a model uh, which farmers can use and replicate. And I spent some months with him, and I saw the way he would inspire farmers. I saw the way he would sort of create a framework which others can also use, and then that becomes not just his brand, but a brand that many others follow as well. So I think the success of a personal brand is in going beyond personal, and
Right.
turning it into a collective brand, a collective voice. So I think these four are the ones that impacted me the most.
Fantastic. And again, what I really appreciate is that you chose people who have been near and close to you, and you've been able to relate to it, unlike people who think of personalities and celebrities and stuff like that. So that's great. So, if I want to give the spotlight on the work you're doing in terms of the Cool the Globe, and if you can explain when you started, what was, how did you go about it? What are some of the challenges you faced? And again, from a personal branding perspective, uh, how did you kind of overcome some of those challenges when you started out? Because it's a new concept, not everyone's on board. How did you think through it?
Right. So Solar Globe started with just me as a person, because even before it was a venture, it started with one question, which was, what can I do about climate change? And when I started, so we as a family decided to reduce our own greenhouse gas emissions by 10%.
Right.
And in doing so, there was because we couldn't find any tools or resources online which would help us do that. So
Right.
doing so was a process. Researching for it, understanding what little actions of mine were leading to how many emissions. But
Right.
once that was streamlined, it was a very happy process. It gave me joy to understand that I was actually making a quantitative impact. And before that, so before all of this came, there was a time where you consume a lot of material on what's happening in the world. Climate change seems like a very big problem, not
Right.
something that a small girl like me can do something about. So just consuming that material was not a good process. It was a very pessimistic thing, that I'm just listening to what's happening. But when I started taking these actions, small actions in my day-to-day life, it was a productive and happy process. And I started noticing around me that a lot of people also wanted to contribute and make a difference.
Right.
But while living their day-to-day lives. So as a common man, you cannot change your way of living drastically, or you cannot dedicate your life to a cause, and which is why people think is either all all in or nothing. But that's not the case. We all can do small things while living our life. So when I realized that a lot of people wanted to contribute, then we decided to build a tool which would help everyone to do what we were already doing.
Right.
And from this, Cool the Globe was born. So it's essentially an app which helps the common man reduce his own greenhouse gas emissions to a target. Um,
Okay.
Now, from a personal branding perspective, I try to inculcate in it everything that I stand for.
Hmm.
So, when you speak about climate change or any issue for that matter, to make any kind of good impact, there are two
Hmm.
things that you can do. You can either stop something bad from happening,
Yeah.
be the person um, uh, who is preventing or bringing down bad institutions, which is equally important and very needed. The second
Right.
thing is that you can build something that's positive. Um,
Right.
uh, Now, both these things are equally needed. In fact, the first one perhaps more so because it's more difficult to do. But again, one of the conversations I was having with my mother, she said these are the two ways you can make an impact, but the latter would make you as a person happier,
Right.
and that perhaps suits your personality more. When I thought of ways to tackle climate change, I did not want to protest, or I did not want to blame somebody else. Otherwise, I wanted to look at myself and see what we could build towards.
Hmm.
I think that is something that uh, maybe resonates more with me as a person, which is why we built the app, build the movement that where you
Hmm.
build something positive on your own. Another conversation I was having with one of my mentors, her name is Mugda Shah, and she said, Prachi, I've noticed I've had several conversations with you, and the question you always ask is, what can I do as an ordinary person? And
Hmm.
perhaps this is something that you can, in whatever you do, stick to this question because this comes from within your. So in whatever you do, that I think I look at myself as a representative of a very ordinary person because I am
Great.
ordinary. And in whatever I do, like that personal brand sort of seeps in, that I can be the voice of an ordinary person, a
Hmm.
simple girl like me, and I can look at ways that I can make a difference. And these two characteristics, sort of action oriented, building oriented, and simple, what can a common man do? Now, these three things I would define as my core characteristics, which have sort of seeped into shaping people.
Great. I mean, that's a great way of summarizing how you thought about your journey and how you're thinking. Now, I'm curious to know what is your thoughts on scaling this, because what
Right.
you're saying is applicable for everyday households and people. So, what are you thinking in terms of scaling this app or making it much more usable across the world?
Right. So the scale-up process, now that I look back, it has happened very gradually also. So it started from just a project that I was doing personally, then
Mm,
to something that my whole family was doing, then
mm,
to something that I told my friends and other friends also when they got excited. Then we built this app, this tool,
mm,
which was able to first reach 100 people, then 300. Then we started rolling out some videos which people really sort of it was a surprise to us as well, but it really resonated with people, and we just shared simple videos about the app with people we knew,
mm.
and they sort of shared it with their friends, family, without us saying anything.
Right.
And from 2 to 4 to 8, it reached above million people,
Wow.
and it just all happened very organically. Now that these many people have shown interest and have shown that they resonate with this message, that they need something like this, then comes the responsibility to scale up in a way that otherwise would have happened gradually.
Right.
But now we need to scale up at a more bigger level. Um,
Mm,
so the scale up that's happening right now is Cool the Globe is not just a tool anymore. Um,
mm.
it's not a tool to reduce your own greenhouse gas emissions. It's become more than that. It's showing the potential to become a citizen-led movement for climate action. The ways in front of us right now are to just keep doing what we're doing, do more citizen outreach, try to connect with more and more people. So the only way we know for now is to do it organically, is to just put out content out there, that we know relates to people. And like we've seen in the past that when you just keep trying and keep doing, something or the other appeals to people, and organically they share it. And I think that's the most authentic way to scale up.
Great, great. That's fantastic. So again, what I want to ask you is, when you are thinking about your personal brand, I mean, if you were to look back, and I know you're still young, but if you had to look back and try to redo or rethink the approach of how you've gone about not just this app, but the work you've done, would you have done it any differently, or would you have thought about what is the one thing you would have changed?
I think I would have done it much, much sooner.
Okay.
I think I spent a lot of time, some roadblocks that we faced. One first was we spent a lot of time questioning if this is something that people will care about. Having that faith in your cause, it took time to get that faith. We knew that this was something different. This was something that nobody else was doing, and it was needed, but we just didn't know if it was the right time. But I don't think there is any such thing as the right time. You make it the right time. So that is first. I would have done it sooner. I would have had more faith in what we were doing. Second
Right.
thing, so few things that stopped me from doing it sooner. One was I wasn't sure. I didn't have faith that this was the right time. Second thing, I wasn't shameless enough, which I believe I am now. So when I was in college, I would often think about, what would people think? I was often shy.
Prachi, you there?
Yeah. Um, so, um, um, I would think about what people would, and I still value people's opinion, but I don't stop that from creating something. Because whenever like you're starting something, so the first video I made, I look back at it, it's the worst thing ever. It wasn't good at all. But I even remember having a conversation with my parents. I said, perhaps this is not for me. I don't think I'm equipped for this. Maybe this is just not my skill. And my mother said, it's okay, you can give this up, but don't give this up in the first video. Give it up in your fourth video. And
Right.
some it just happened so that in my first video, I was a lot more comfortable in front of the
Right.
camera. When I could see that drastic change, even if it wasn't perfect, I could see change happening. So by the
Right.
time the fourth try came, it was seamless. So yeah, second thing is to be shameless, and third thing is to again related to same thing, not wait for perfection. Strive for perfection, but don't wait for it.
Got it. Got it.
You can't. If you wait for perfection, it will never happen. It's a very gradual process.
Fantastic. And what's your advice? Because like youngsters like you, there are many out there who want to build a personal brand, have a voice, have some passion which they want to bring out. So what's your advice for youngsters out there?
Just start doing something, anything, then keep going at it. Third is, like I said, be shameless. I think that applies a lot to youngsters, because these days we think a lot about what would other people say, and honestly, people don't spend that much time thinking about you. So just do it, and just keep doing it, and eventually, another key thing is to set targets for yourself. Now
Yeah.
that is something has helped me. Every new year, I set a target for how many people I want to speak to,
Right.
and how many people I want to reach out to. And I think once you know what you want, it and you are willing to like keep doing things to do it,
Mm.
things just keep happening. Knowing what you want is again but very important.
Fantastic. And just as we wrap up, I want to ask you, what's your recipe for personal branding success? What's your mantra? I mean, what are the top 2 or 3 things that you have in your mind?
Right. I think be authentic, be real, because people can immediately see if you're being
Spotty.
somebody else. And I see a lot of people doing that. They try and follow somebody else's formula that has already worked. Um,
Got it. Yeah.
Hello? Yeah, you're there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, create your own, bring out your own personality. Be as you speak to the audience, speak to people as if you would speak to your friend.
Right.
So be real. That is one thing. Second thing, so mantra for connecting with people, or so for a lot of time as a media professional, I've spent a lot of time thinking about what goes viral, and
Mm.
what makes people share things. And
Mm.
over a lot of watching a lot of videos, looking at a lot of content pieces. I
Yeah.
think what I have stumbled across, the formula is to make something that's relatable, yet
Mm.
it is
Got it.
simple. So this is like a three-pronged formula that I have. It should be
Right.
relatable. So people should feel that, okay, I know something about this. Nick,
Right.
I know this, but this is new information about something I already am kind of familiar with. And then
Got
make
it.
it simple. I think a lot of if you see some YouTube videos, a lot of big YouTubers put their
Yeah.
thumbnails very simple and amateur by design. Um,
Yeah.
don't try to be fancy, just be simple. Uh, so being real, simple, unique, and relatable. I think these
Great.
would be the.
Fantastic, Prachi. Thank you so much. I think you are an inspiration for a lot of youngsters out there, and also a lot of people who are older than you, and therefore, I'm sure you should continue doing the great work. And kudos to the fantastic, work that you're doing to change the world. So, thank you again for taking the time to join this video series.
Thank you so much for inviting me, and I look forward. The blog, as I said, is uh, is going to be like in my daily reading diet.
I'm
So
humbled by that. Thank you so much.
thank you so much.
All right. Take care. 1 second.
Bye.